My fiancé. Posted. I want her to prove her loyalty before the wedding. With a polygraph. I commented. Sure, you go first. Then I scheduled 2 tests. One for him, one for me. When the examiner started asking him the questions about his secrets, and everyone was watching, his post was still pinned when I walked into his parents' house that Friday night. Engagement dinner. Long table. White candles. Phones face up like altarpieces. His sister didn't look at me when I sat down. His mother smiled too hard and asked if I'd seen all the comments. Someone laughed when my fiancé said, "It's just transparency. If she's loyal, this should be easy." I cut my chicken. Chewed. Swallowed. "I already booked them," I said. He blinked. "Booked what?" "The tests," I replied. "Yours is first." A few heads turned. Someone whispered my name. He laughed like I'd told a joke and clinked his glass. "See? She's dramatic." I didn't argue. I slid my phone across the table, screen down, next to his plate. The confirmation email was open beneath my thumb. Date, time, address, his name, first slot. He didn't touch the phone. Saturday morning, the examiner's office smelled like carpet cleaner and coffee gone cold. Beige chairs, frosted glass. I arrived early and sat where I could see the door. He came in late, tie crooked, smile glued on. He kissed my cheek like there were cameras. "You ready to embarrass yourself?" he whispered. I smiled back. "After you." The examiner called his name, not mine. His shoulders stiffened. Just once. Then he followed the man down the hall. I stayed seated, calm, counting the ticks of the wall clock. People in the waiting room scrolled and coughed and pretended not to listen. I folded my hands around my purse strap. Inside it, a manila envelope bent softly against my wrist. The door stayed closed longer than expected. When it opened, he didn't come out smiling. His face had gone flat, like someone had turned the volume down. He didn't look at me. The examiner did. "We'll need a few minutes," the examiner said. Neutral voice. Professional. My fiancé tried to laugh. It cracked halfway. "Machines are stupid," he said too loudly. A woman in the corner looked up. They asked him back inside. I opened my purse and slid the envelope onto my lap. I didn't open it. I didn't need to. I'd already seen what was inside weeks ago. A bank transfer. A lease addendum. A voicemail transcript I hadn't played yet. The door opened again. This time, he stumbled. The examiner's questions weren't loud, but the silence around them was. "Have you been financially supporting anyone else without your fiancé's knowledge?" His foot tapped. "Are you currently involved in a relationship that would violate the terms you've presented publicly?" His jaw clenched. "Is there anything you're actively hiding that could affect this marriage?" He froze. People stared now. No phones out, just eyes. "I need water," he said. His voice shook. The examiner nodded. "We'll pause." He finally looked at me then. Really looked. Panic, sharp, and naked. I stood and walked past him, placing the envelope on the receptionist's desk. "That's mine," I said, "for later." His hand shot out. "Missed it." "Why did you book mine first?" he whispered. "Because you asked for proof," I said, publicly. The examiner returned with water. My fiancé's hands shook so hard it sloshed onto the floor. "I can explain," he said to no one. The examiner closed the folder. "The test indicates significant deception." A sound went through the room. Small, involuntary. Someone's breath. Someone's chair. I didn't sit back down. I pulled out my phone. One tap. The scheduled post went live. Screenshots. Dates. One transfer circled in red. Comments unlocked. His phone started vibrating immediately. Once, twice, again. "Stop," he said, reaching for me. "Please." I stepped back. The examiner watched. The receptionist pretended not to. Outside, sirens passed. Inside, his mother's name flashed on his screen. Then his business partners. Then a number I didn't recognize. I finally opened the envelope and slid the lease across the desk toward him. Another address. Another name.